can I say? Alright, recording again. Are you guys ready to start?
Yes.
Alright, then best of luck. I'll be starting the match, then deafening you guys.
Good luck, good luck.
Alright, starting the match.
Yeah.
Alright, what do we have here? Soldier of Guarding Barefist only, center square. We have yet again the 3 Sentinel plus 0 weapon on the board. It's been on every single semifinal match. Kinda insane. A Guild plus 0 as well. We have Godric, Nefelilu, and Remembrance Buzz after inflicting for status effects. Hello, whoever just joined. Hello, say.
Hello.
We have Stoop as well with Godric. We have friendly NPCs. What? Yeah, invaders. Some very interesting board. The lobby, or the lobby is in the chat if you wanted to join, say. Now, what are their starting classes? They got to decide between Astrologer, Warrior, and Wretch. Oh wow, okay, that's not the greatest combination of starting classes.
Could be worse.
Sure.
Put some okay starter weapons.
I think it can't be much worse in vanilla, I'll be honest.
There's some people awful fond of the club.
Sure. And what would be the worst start? Like Wretch, Astrologer, and Prophet? But Prophet is pretty strong. Wretch, Astrologer, and something else. Because like Vagabond, Samurai, Confessor, all of those are very strong options.
Yeah, those are like the top 3. Hero's not awful either.
Yeah. We see Rony here. Let me just make sure that I have the correct person on the correct side. Yeah. Good. Rony here is going Wretch, whilst Snappy is going for the Warrior. Be interested to see what squares these people decide to go for. What do you think? What would you go for, say, on this board?
Let's see. I'm just getting up on a grid view for me.
Gonna see if I can.
Let's see.
Increase
A Guild plus 0 is always consideration.
Yeah. A Guild plus 0 is very
diagonal.
Yeah. Would you rather do Tree Sentinel though? I mean, this is vanilla as well, right? So you get the halberd if you kill Tree Sentinel.
Let's see. Now let's see. That's a corner square. That would be the definite rush. For me, at least. A Guild plus 0 is nice runes, but getting the weapon would be a great boon.
Yeah, I think I would agree. It's been on all of the semifinal matches. It was center square in the second match yesterday. Okay, we see Snappy is going for a Gil, and Rony is going for Chisano. The thing with Agil, right, is that in the same column 2, you have Dragonheart bosses. So, and you also have Crystallian bosses with duo trio bosses. So that's a very, like, fast line, because it has so much synergy.
It can be. With the, especially if you're, if you start prepping Dectus and you, or I guess that your third Dragonheart boss could be Macard.
It's so ass. I definitely think the club start here was a lot better. Are dragons like resistant to slash, or is it just... I feel like it should not deal that little damage. But like, it makes no sense that they would resist slash.
I'll be right back.
Oh boy. He's gonna, like, lose this Agil square. Oh my. It's such horrible RNG. I honestly did not expect this weapon to do this poorly. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, and then he goes up. Okay, at least Rony isn't chasing this. That's somewhat positive, I guess.
Bro, I swear to fucking god, bro.
Here we get the amazing story of Snappy walking up all this hill, and then the dragon is gonna despawn as soon as he gets up there. Oh my god. The rage. And he's still up there. I feel so bad.
Okay.
He's had probably the worst RNG ever. Now the dragon's gonna despawn, I think.
I hope he does. That'd be a miserable cliff to chase him up, though. Agil is a troll boss confirmed.
This is...
once again.
Oh boy. Oh, I would have been so... Right, well...
Can't help but wonder if he'd be better off using one weapon two-handed as opposed to the
I think so.
two of them. This would be a super upsetting
Alright, there we go.
situation.
7-minute Agio. Torrentless.
Great start.
Heard it from Snap. Amazing.
I guess one thing that works for their advantage is it took so long that the opponent probably thinks that was with Torrent.
Yeah.
So it could throw off the timing expectations.
I don't know if it's too much. Rony's pretty set to not challenge that. I wonder what you go for here if you're Snappy. Because clearly you would think, okay, well this was not contested. Oh my god, the audio is so delayed.
I don't know. You kind of have your options. I mean, it's hard to say what your opponent's done past the Tree Sentinel, other than that they have a big lead on you for whatever's next. It may be best to wait and see, and then potentially go into something like Center Square.
Yeah, Center Square here is interesting, right? Because they both kind of want the square a lot because they have diagonal squares.
Yeah.
But also it's such a time loss, and I feel like it's hard to make that call if you're Snappy when you've lost so much time from this Agile square.
Could be. It's what, a 3 to 4 minute square, I think.
Yeah, but usually you want to wait till you have like 30 levels total strength index combined. So that would be it right now. Oh, there we go. So yeah, when you have 30 level strength index combined, then you deal 6 damage with your fists instead of
4.
Which really speeds up the match.
Yeah.
Or the fight.
And Agil was good for starting runes then. Gotta make it worth it somehow.
Yeah.
But I mean, this way it threatens the diagonal. It also blocks the other one.
Yeah, but he is very much telegraphing where he is. It's not a hard diagonal to block. Especially since he's already progressing on remembrance stuff, so he's gonna have advantage on rune level 50. Dependent on how fast the fight is as well. We might see Rony see that Snappy isn't in Stormvale and take that as a sign to set up for remembrance with Nepheli and inflicting for status, which could be really bad for Snappy.
Yeah. Be right back again.
nice. This is the ideal way. You don't want to be taking back steps on this boss, because it's slower, so he's fighting it in the fastest way. Very, very clean. I say as he gets it, but regardless. Rony's entering Godric here with Nepheli, yeah. So we'll see if... well, he can't quit out is the thing, so we'll see if he decides to like kill himself if he sees this mark. Try to get the double up. Very nice.
That was a nice clean fight.
Yeah, so the question is, does Rony decide to like keep going? It seems like he's gonna keep going with the Nepheli square. Snappy is gonna go into... I'm gonna go to Lernia. Makes perfect sense. So in Lernia we have the Crystallian duo Cave. I think is a really nice play here at some point. Not necessarily immediately. You probably want to weapon up first. We have imbued sword keys. We have some Erdtree avatars. Some horse bosses. Not too much. You can kill Thops here as well for friendly NPC. Still on the board.
Good old Nepheli trolling your damage, getting caught by the grab.
I really would like to see Snappy grab friendly NPCs. Trying to force Rony to get the dupe immediately.
Another option is that they could go, they could go for invaders and daggers.
Oh yeah, invaders and daggers is very nice.
Continues to promote that diagonal, although you don't. You're kind of giving up rune level 50, but you're blocking the column that also gives you advantage on.
I also just saw smithing stone bell bearings 1 and 2 and crystalline bosses, so it's another thing.
Yeah, the Crystallian bosses would probably be the block on row 1.
Yeah.
Because it's still a little early to be looking at gargoyle weapons.
Okay, we see here Rony going for the god stock. Killsui's going for this friendly NPCs, I assume. Very nice. It's gonna be his first, I presume. Vari will not be here, but he might decide to go to Yura. Oh, Vari is here. I thought he moved after you killed Godric. It's after you talk to the fingers, right? Or Enya. Very nice.
Wild Strikes once again proving its value.
Yup. And Bach.
Yeah, that can. If Snappy doesn't go for invaders, that could be a very devastating row to get on row 2 as well.
Yeah. Row 2 and row 1. But if Snappy gets invader, then he really has a large threat here. We see Snappy grabbing Ice Shrine. It's a fine enough weapon on this board. Not great against NPCs, but not horrible. Friendly NPCs getting marked there. We see Rony porting to first step, presumably looking at progressing Yura for katanas and getting progress towards Weeping for dupe, maybe? Or going into Celia for... What would you go for to Celia for?
Could be going over for the Millicent Invader.
Yeah, Millicent Invader.
And also the possibility of setting up Dectus for Ash of War Lightning Ram.
Setting up Dectus, getting the maybe Erdtree, the Putrid Avatar that's back there that gives 90k. Could be a major
that
play.
Is definitely an option.
I know a lot of players that like to go for that play.
They should have enough runes to get Golden Halberd online too if they wanted.
Yeah, well, Snappy didn't go for...
But yeah, they didn't go the right direction. Wait, I'm confusing the players, my bad.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably what
Snappy
Rony's
seems to be
doing,
setting up for Ice Rind here, I assume, then. Which is nice, it's a very easy weapon to set up.
Yep.
Now the question is, do you go and do a trio bosses? Or do you go invaders?
If I'm running this board, as either player, I'd be looking heavily at invaders.
Yeah.
And it may be the case that Rony thinks Snappy is ahead on it, but not contesting that square leaves the diagonal as a big threat, and it also concedes the block.
If I'm Snappy though, right? Like, look at that column 2. You go for the Crystallian duo behind Academy. That's one Crystallian boss, one duo trio boss. You kill the chief, Demi-Human chief duo, 2 duo bosses, and then you kill like Nox duo, or you kill like pumpkin heads. You have that, and then you can finish out on Crystallians. You have a major threat there. You already have a Dragonheart boss. You're pushing Rony into Altus, which has very little synergy beside... Oh, well, it has quite a bit of synergy on row 5. Yeah, there's some medallions. Okay, there's a bit more in Altus than I gave credit originally. We see Snappy also going here into Celia Tunnel. Rony going to grab Plictus halves. I assume he's gonna grab the Sword Seal as well, which I think would be enough if he levels a bit to use the Dragon Halberd right away.
I think you mean Golden Halberd, right?
Yeah, Golden Halberd, sorry.
Yep.
Being a
I don't know. The invaders leads you right to daggers as well, though. So.
Yep.
If you, that way you can cut off any threat that.
Looks like Snappy is picking up
from
on
the Altus play.
This idea. He's going for Millicent. It's looking like. Can be very nice. I think if I am going for the invaders play, I would start with Nereus though.
It might be just wanting that. I mean, wanting another 7,500 runes.
Sure. When he's going into Liurnia, probably looking to set up his golden halberd. Millicent being a bit annoying.
Yeah, she's good at that. That was a nice baboosh. Knock her right out of it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Doesn't matter if it's a mini waterfowl, that can still be scary.
Very, very nice. That's one invader.
Well handled.
He gets some grace here for both the katana and a duo trio boss. So that's very nice. Also kind of
Also a little bit closer to Dragon Hearts.
Yeah.
If he's choosing to go to the Magma Worm.
It's a very nice grace to have.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think Snappy goes for Albrick in Roundtable as an invader?
I probably would choose Henricus myself, but
yeah,
this is a faster option.
Well, it's faster if you don't die.
Very true. And Albrick, he can put out some damage pretty fast.
I think I'm still in the boat of if I'm going for invaders, I would rather go for Nereus first. I think the reasoning to not go for the reason to go for Nereus last is that you don't have to port out, right? So that you can just do Nereus and then do patches for the last dagger. So I can understand that reasoning. I'll have to ask him after.
Oh, there's those scary bleed potential.
Very nice dodge.
Be back again. The phones are unusually busy this morning.
Whew. Yeah, Bruneric is quite a lot to deal with here. Is it Albrick? Is it? Yeah. Nice. Very nice. 2 invaders. And we just saw Rony getting his weapon upgraded, I believe. Rony is gonna chase on the invaders play. I feel like that makes sense, because at this point, if Snappy decided to go for like really fast invaders, he should have marked it by now. But he went with some map synergy as well, so I feel like it makes sense that you would chase on this. So right here, if you kill Nereus and then you kill Yura right after, who's going to be hiding out here, that's also a katana. That's Ronnie's first invader. I will say Ronnie has quite a lot more damage, so Snappy dies here.
Okay.
There we go, that's the third invader. Rony sees that, immediately pivots out, going for putrid avatars, I presume.
Makes sense.
Golden halberd on this putrid avatar. I think maybe this is me. I would kind of like.
While.
I'm gonna see the damage because maybe I'm mistaken, but I would maybe rather just see someone buy, especially with 6 flask, just by catch flame.
It's gonna take a bit. Plus 4 golden.
Let's
I
see.
mean, golden
It's
halberd is
+4.
really nice, but
That's fine enough. That's not too bad.
yeah, it's just gonna take a little while.
I think it's still faster than running around because the fight is so easily accessible for him.
I would probably be charging those R2s a little bit more. Golden halberd has excellent poise damage, especially when you're able to get the full charge R2s off.
Oh, very early. He does a torrent dodge for this. I prefer running around on foot.
I mean, I've gotten more used to running around on foot. I used to prefer the torrent dodge.
The issue I had with the torrent dodge was that it was really hard to like watch where I was going, and I kept running into pots and stuff. But when I was running on foot, I had more control, and I could like scope out where I was running in, for how I needed to space. So that's why I started running instead.
Honestly, this is going much faster than I anticipated.
Very nice. Snappy grabbed a imbued key, I believe.
I'm a little surprised Snappy didn't follow up with the dagger square, but
did he kill?
I could be holding on to it.
Did he grab the Grace at Patches even?
I didn't see it.
Also, this is very weird. He's going for this imbued sword key before he's even in Academy. I guess there's a Crucible Knight here. That's a good shout, I guess. He's probably looking at the row 3 from the looks of his markings.
Yeah, and I'll also set him up with with that Grace for Smaragd too.
Ronnie seems to be thinking about Dragonheart bosses here, eyeing Grail a bit. He's gonna grab this Grace for that later. Also a really good boss for Dragonhearts that people often overlook.
Yeah, it can be a little... Well, 30 vigor, he might not die in one hit.
Now this is
I mean,
the only thing that's kind of an issue is the fire, right? You need to dodge that on the railings.
But or I mean, if you're fast enough, you can just get on torrent and fly with him. on his flight path.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, and it also puts you in position to.
Well, let's see how he deals with this.
He's going over the side.
Yeah, that's not a way to dodge that.
That's why I don't like doing that. No, I've been doing this square right off the bat because I'm in a different format, and if you get on Torn as soon as he goes up and just sprint in the direction that he's going to land, you can get way ahead of the fire. Set yourself up for follow up on it too. One of the few things that I'm less a fan of for Golden Halberd is the side swipe R2 jumps.
These ones?
Yep.
You are not a fan of them?
I much prefer an overhead swing, especially for fighting dragons. But I mean, I love the charge R2 so much on Golden Halberd. I don't mind the jump R2 being.
I always like the jump swipe because it covers a lot of area, so I find it is very nice for like hard to hit hitboxes.
Can be. The only dimension that you can have some trouble with is, well, vertical.
Sure. That's what the R2 is for.
Yep.
Very, very nice fight so far.
Getting good RNG too. Especially if you dodge the fire, or don't get the fire moves. Yeah, this fight's over.
Very nice. That's a heck ton of runes as well. Is it really gonna help Rony for the rune level 50 block?
$80K, I think the tree's 90 something, right? So that's a lot of money.
He's going up to Beast Shield Sanctorum. I mean, there's 2 gargoyle weapons to get here, but otherwise don't know much. I mean, probably just picking up the Golden Seed. Maybe a Grace. There's also the Cincada dagger that you could grab down here.
I think anybody should go for that. That takes way too long.
He's just straight up gonna fight BBK right now. Seems a bit unnecessary, I will be honest.
It definitely pushes Snappy into Crystallian bosses, which neither of them have showed progress on. And
yeah, I mean, maybe he's just looking at the row 1 actually. Never mind. That's gonna be hard to deal with for Snappy if he...
Very difficult to deal with.
Although I do believe I didn't catch how Rony, the path Rony took in Liurnia, but I do believe Snappy has the cave underneath Ray Lucaria, which if Rony took like the faster way to EG, then he wouldn't have that grace. Although they both have option to do trio, of course, for the Crystalline bosses.
If I'm not mistaken, that cave takes 2 Stone Sword keys, though, to get into, so you gotta, that's a play that you need to make sure that you have the money to prep. This is a very nice fight so far on the BBK.
Very, very impressive. Freaking beginner turning. I can definitely say, and I don't mean this as an insult, but this was not how people was moving in the first Bingo Bash.
No. Nor the second.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was making a BBK play 35 minutes in.
I think most people thought that that shouldn't be a square. Which I also think was a valid response. But it's genuinely insane how good some of these players are.
That's for sure. Floor is definitely raised every year.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very nice. Well, there's also, which is why I really like the Swiss, is that there's obviously the players like Rony and like our competitors in the semifinals who really practice a lot and just are very good at the game, and like learn very quickly the strategies for these squares.
I did not know you could jump that attack. That looked scary as heck.
Is it the up in the air attack and then back down?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's so fun to jump. But we also, yeah, so what I was saying is like we have sort of the Swiss naturally in the format just kind of makes it so that people face players around their same skill level.
Yeah.
Which is very nice.
Snappy really needs to be looking at that block on row 1 now. Especially knowing that Duper Remembrance is already heavy prio to...
Yeah. Oh, but I think Snappy might be more inclined to go Dragonheart bosses here.
It wouldn't be, but I can see why.
He's grabbing...
Rony's looking to snag
daggers,
Dragon.
it looks.
Jeez, the Gil dies so fast with a +4 Somber.
Golden Halberd is just absolutely cracked here. Where is Snappy walking?
No, I mean, no square in mind that I could think.
Rune level 50. Holy.
On
and Rony is
40 minutes.
already
could be
trekking
looking
towards...
at katanas?
Aha. South Relicaria Gate. Presumably going to Crystallians. No, we're going to the... or probably these Crystallians. But he had a better greatsword then. Maybe this is faster, I didn't know.
Believe so.
Rony is gonna grab the key.
If you got Crystal Woods, it should be much faster from there.
Ooh,
but
no, wait.
Might be going to... I mean, even if it's just going to Smaragd, it makes more sense to go from Crystal Woods.
I think he had the Temple Quarter. Snappy is going to be ahead on this Crystallian boss play. Obviously, Rony is going to be marking Dragonheart bosses right now. Now, if you're Rony, you probably... the fact that you've presented a threat on row 1 means you likely are not gonna chase with the Crystallian square. Is what my take is, because he presented a threat on row 1 and then he completed another square.
Could be starting to look towards column 5 now. Though that would kind of be chasing on daggers as well.
I think he can afford to grab daggers, because he knows that Snappy has to get these Crystallian square.
I really dislike this tunnel, it's so easy to get turned around.
I don't know how to go through this tunnel. Yeah, it's through that door.
Yeah.
And then I believe it's behind the mage guy, right? Or no? No, it's right here.
Yeah, the main part that's confusing is that fog-filled area or cavern. Unless you know exactly where you're going, it can be a bit of a pain.
He's playing
Honestly,
very safe.
this game right now, especially with the squares chosen and the bosses killed, heavily favors Rony.
Yeah.
Can just go wherever he wants. And even if he's behind on a square at this point, you're so juiced over your opponent, who has only shown, like, the biggest thing they've shown to kill is a Geel. That's only 5k runes.
That's for sure. Rony is a lot. Just much more use than Snappy is. Grabs the armor set, very nice. I think he's looking at getting to Volcano Manor into Altus, maybe? Which is a bit weird since he grabbed the deck to have already, but looking
It
at
could be
the
that.
Godskin Nobles Sleep Without Sleep and Virgin Abductors as a duo boss, maybe?
It could also be thinking of Renala for the 4 status effect square.
Sure, yeah. Snappy going for the next Crystallian boss. Smithing Stone Bellbearing 1. I think Ronnie ported back to first step to collect on this dupe. Is my assumption. He might grab the grace next to or kill Ira for a katana as well. Do we see the Omega Gamer skip? I doubt it, but what if?
Honestly, it's not the worst skip, but it is it is definitely not the best or most reliable either, I feel.
I think if you die, you can die like 4 times and it still saves time. Okay, we're just
Most
gonna go through it the
likely.
normal way here.
Perfectly fine option, especially if you're not familiar with the skip.
4 or 5 times sounds ridiculous though. I believe it was like something like you could die a lot of times and still save time though with that skip.
Yeah, because it's so close to the grace. Let's see, setting up for the dupe.
That looks like 1 death though, that doesn't look like... Yeah, because you would be down like here. Yeah, that's like 1 death or 2 death max.
Faith not tier.
Maybe
Pump a
with the
little
quit
bit
outs.
more damage.
I mean,
Yeah.
presumably it's quit outs that we're talking about. So then 10 seconds. Ronnie going up to another Earth avatar here and setting up for the dupe. Makes perfect sense. I wonder if he's gonna grab the grace here. He's probably a bit stressed since he doesn't have any info on Snappy whether he went into Stormvale at all.
Yeah, the issue for Snappy at this point is when you have to have to finish responding to this threat on row 1 because it's so dangerous. With the only square really available to do so. Since right now it looks like Ronnie is going to do the dupe right now. But beyond that, your potential threats
I
are
think
starting
right
to
now you might decide, actually.
close down.
Yeah, we see there Ronnie sees the mark. He says, I don't need this right now. It's gonna pivot out. Snappy is gonna look to finish some katanas, it's looking like.
I'm a little surprised it's not the choice of daggers.
Yeah, I feel like daggers would be better here since it's so fast. And I think Ronnie porting back to gate front, he's looking to get those daggers actually. Yup.
Yeah, it's also one of the things that could be easily sniped from you.
Yeah.
So, there's Nereus straight into patches into the dagger at round table. It's really fast.
Definitely is. Uchigatana, Memory of Grace is out. Let's see
Like
if he
if they're
ports.
going straight to patches, it makes sense. Nope.
He ports away. He's probably gonna lose this dagger square then. Ronnie
If they,
here.
I mean, if they lose the dagger square, they lose the column 5, I think.
Ah, Ronnie going for the bosses with 4 status effects, or Snappy going with bosses 4 status effects on Renala here. Has the
Bleed, frost.
and he has the poison and the rock grease in hand. He grabbed the Uchi for the bleed.
Okay, that makes a little more sense now. That's a more useful square. Gets you a better infusion of runes than finishing daggers, although
I
it is a
think as
much
soon as we
longer play.
see Killer Remembrance or status, Ronnie will port back and grab that dupe.
Moongrim being Moongrim. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. I'm kind of betting 2 hits here. 3. Okay. If it was Charge R2s, that would have been 2 hits. Okay, yep. Here goes. The dagger square.
Oh no. Luckily he has 2 poison greases, but he got mini staggered out of getting some of those last hits, so he did not proc. Oh no, he did proc the
I did proc the poison, yeah.
Looked like he didn't, but he did. Okay.
Yep.
Gets the rod off. Let's see if he procs this as well.
I might have saved that for phase 2, but
Looks like he got the rod off. Now he just needs to frost. I think it makes sense to not want to have to deal with getting a bunch of weak hits in. Phase 2, we see Ronnie here going to Volcano Manor, it looks like.
yeah, unfortunately losing the dagger square also kind of cut off one of the few remaining threats that could be made by Snappy.
Yeah.
The row 4 might have looked enticing, except for the noble, because Ronnie is so much stronger.
Oh boy, that's really, really bad. Now he does not have 4 status effects anymore.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we go from a pretty nice square comeback to being very much behind. You see him kind of stagger here. Doesn't really know what to do. He's used drop now, so he needs to probably to grab sleep pots for his status effects. Swap that out for the. But at the same time, should he really be going around grabbing more, spending more time on the square when it's such a clear line thread that you could just end up getting sniped? He's thinking, I need to get to ult this.
I haven't watched enough of the season to know what the preferences on players, you know, going for bingos or if they like to play more like
I think
graphic.
in general, people people tend to play more like sort of what's it called, majority is what I've noticed.
Yeah,
Although
I mean,
bingo still very much happen, but I've definitely seen more of a trend to avoid going in the same direction that you know someone else is going in. So rarely people
yeah,
try to go finish out their bingos.
like I can appreciate that play style. However, when you have such a, when you have such a clear strength advantage, I don't care who my opponent is. It could be Helios. I'll still, if I have like 40 levels on you, I'll probably still race you to squares.
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair. I definitely think in general avoiding bingos is the safer strategy, and probably the one that more often than not is beneficial for a player. But I think if you get too avoidant with your bingos, then it not only becomes a bit too easy to read, it also can really hurt you sometimes when you really should be going for bingos.
Yeah,
because it is just a way to win the game.
On top of that, you know, I don't know about for you, but if if I know my opponent has a huge lead on like any square on the board and is has port progress towards a bingo and probably a weapon advantage, it just feels bad to me for them to just leave the the least desirable square to go and do. Like, I don't know. There's a point where to me it almost feels like BM.
Yeah,
But
I can see what you mean. Yeah, but there's definitely cases where it's like really can be annoying.
yeah,
Player
for
does a
me
good
it's
work
one of
in
those. If my opponent's that far ahead, I just want them to close out the game. I can appreciate it less in a semifinal situation if it's a best of one, or you know, if it's a best of three, then I want to. I want them to give me a chance to get back in the game. But
yeah,
if it's best of one, like, you know, if they if they haven't closed out my last possibility of a bingo by that point, then, you know, just take away the potential bingo and then
yeah. This is a best of one, by the way.
close out the game.
The other semifinals was a best of three, but because of scheduling issues, we had to do a best of one here.
That's unfortunate. Both these players have been making plays that would have made me want to see more of them.
For sure.
Like, at this point, Snappy's only real hope is to somehow build something on row 5. But even then,
I don't really see that happening, unfortunately.
yeah, I think Ronnie is. I mean, Ronnie's already got a lead on avatars and a pretty big damage lead. So
I think, yeah, Snappy just kind of needs to be ahead, and he's behind, which is a problem.
yeah, I think
What can
the
you really do here? I mean, Rony is closing out on avatars here.
yeah that'll take away the last potential bingo. At that point, in my mind, Ronnie is just free to close out the game. I mean, that row 5 is super long.
Yeah, I feel like you grab avatars here, then you could probably grab your dupe at some point.
Yeah, that dupe has been hanging out a long time as well.
A bit of a crazy idea would be to kill Rykard for a remembrance into capital, and then kill the Crucible Knight after Rykard for the 3 Crucible Knight squares. I don't see that happening.
Unlikely, but it would be a
There's
cool.
a medallion behind a Stone Sword key in Volcano Manor. Medallion Talisman. So that's another reason why that plays strong. Also the Duo Tree boss, but
Yeah, Capital's got a couple squares attached to it too, with the Ritual Shield and Sword, and Godfrey as well.
yeah.
And as far as Ronnie knows, Snappy has no progress towards Capital either. So if I were them, as soon as you close up Putrid Avatars, just go for that 4 status effect square, and then just say, hey, I've got this massive lead on Capital, so unless you've quietly killed 2
There are
bosses.
3 rot greases right there? What the heck? I did not know about that. That's really good to know.
I've only ever gone there for the katana check,
Yeah.
so that is a good one to know.
I thought there was just no other rot greases than the one, and like in here, and then like there's one in like Lake of Rod for the 2v2 format.
Yeah.
Ronnie's getting stalled.
Avatars can be good at that sometimes.
Snappy at
But,
2 katanas here. We kind of want to see him close out on it soon. He is going up towards the Pumpkinhead duo, presumably.
yeah. If I'm Snappy at this point, my heart just sunk seeing that last bingo go away.
Ronnie's starting the duo trio boss as well here. Going to get access into Altus. And now we're also in that point where it's a 4 square lead. It's, even if you play perfectly, it's almost still very, very hard to come back.
Yeah, it's the percentage chance is basically shrinking by the minute now. I mean, your opponent only needs to get 4 more squares, and they've got a massive lead on levels, and I mean, map progresses. I mean, they've already got a square in their back pocket with Mausoleum. So it's really 3 squares.
I don't understand going for this katana instead of Yura. Maybe maybe Yura's like traveled away, or he thinks Yura's traveled away. I think he's still he's still at.
Oh, he did. I mean, he killed Nereus.
Yeah, but he should still be underneath the like rock formation.
I want to say as soon as you kill Nereus, he moves away.
Well, he moves away from the little like the south area, but he's underneath, like, I don't know how to describe it. He's by the cave where you kill Nereus.
I wasn't sure where he moved. I thought he would be moving to Academy after that.
No, you have to talk to him and then he moves to Academy. And you can do the invasion.
Okay. That's good to know for my own bingo experience later on. So it's, I mean, right by Patch's cave then, huh?
No, it's like, do you know where the grace is where you hop down? Like, where the spirit spring is?
Oh, up there.
Yeah, it's like underneath that little, like, rock. And he's like, up there.
Magma worms are such a pain with axes. And I have nothing against Ice Rind. I like the weapon. Or especially if you're killing dragon type bosses. But the jumping R2s in particular with axes always feel bad when you're like hovering over the boss's head for a second and a half, and then you miss.
That is a katana.
That is the katana.
Rony probably really happy to see that. Going for his second duo trio boss here. With Nox duo. Snappy looking to get into Stormvale for the Remembrance. For status, thinking about dupe probably as well, thinking about Crucible Knights.
The dupe has hung out there long enough.
The issue is that
I
you're
think if you're
telegraphing.
if you're looking to get that square, you better have the Grace prepped. Because you'd probably, I mean, given where your opponent's been, probably have to assume they've been to Weeping. Because of the avatars.
Yeah, with the avatars.
Yep.
And we really see Rony here using that Remembrance for status as like a way to tell when he needs to go for the dupe square. Really not worried about it yet.
Yeah.
Rony's gonna go close out on the duo trio square here.
Yeah, the only advantage that Snappy could potentially get on that is if they prep the Grace and or just knock the Mausoleum down before they kill Godric with the Force status effects.
Now that's an insane prep.
Yeah, you also get it takes a while when you're already way behind on squares, and also, I mean, it's a way to set up a snipe, but it's not probably a good option to do so. I'm just saying, if they want to get try to steal the dupe, the dupe square, that's kind of prep that they would need to do it, you know? At this point, though, Rony looking to close out those duo trios.
What do you think you see after this? Lightning Ram, maybe?
If I'm Rony,
Gets progress
personally
towards capital.
Yeah, if you want to take the what would be safest route, just take
Also
close out on the dupe. You do have prio on the medallions, but at this point you could just also go capital, get Godfrey and the ritual talismans.
What is he looking at? Medallions? No? What is in this direction? Crucible Knight up at Belfries, but he's not really going to Belfries. Is he getting like some stuff for freeze grease maybe? But he has Ichi. There's a better. Oh, he's just grabbing Ice Rain for status. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, then he's probably gonna get sniped, assuming Snappy gets this now.
Yeah, like, if you're already playing the bingo avoidant way, you might as well continue to do so at this point. But, like I said, Rony has such a massive lead on capital at this point, so...
Yeah, okay, he's doing the play I say, just going towards capital gives you progress on lightning ram and medallions, so it's like really nice to just go that way. Because there's 4 squares tied to just that map progress.
On top of that, grabbing the ritual sword is is one of the better talismans in the game.
Yeah,
so
then 5 squares in that direction. Also, horse bosses with DTS. It's really looking like you just want to get towards capital.
Okay, the poison did proc.
Yep. I think every status has proc, right?
Did he start with Ice Ride?
Okay, he needs Ice Rain. That's not... Okay, I see. I see the vision.
Yep.
That could have been bad if he decided to use R1s there.
Oh no. Oh, that's really bad. Godric is gonna die.
Can quit out, right? But didn't he get proc though? I swear I saw the Frost get proc.
Sure.
Did it? Not.
I'm not 100% sure. It probably did.
Okay. Well, he's not.
I mean, I didn't see a big burst of damage, so.
Oh right, yeah. Has he? Okay, it looks like he's given up. That's despair right there.
That really is. Probably also feeling locked out of the square at this point. At least they, I mean, at least they got, 40k runes out of it, but that wasn't what they needed. They also need to go and find more, or some poison or something then. Actually, no, they still have some poison.
No.
Oh wait, that was Rony I was looking at. No.
This is kind of why I tend to do the like rotten poison last on Godric, just because that can happen.
Yeah. It's almost, I mean, so thought that that could have happened there is do the frost, do the bleed with the Uchi, and then switch to the axe for wild strikes for the ones that require the many hits to proc the rotten poison.
Yeah.
Also lower damage, so less risk of killing Godric early.
Positive thing here, he has not telegraphed that he has a remembrance.
Oh, wow. Talk about your less used tech here, going for the Liurnia Mausoleum.
You really just have to wait until he walks in the right direction. That's not gonna be enough. Just shy.
So close.
hate it when he like steps forward and then he like steps back.
Here we go.
Has to go knock these things off. Rony is looking to get his first status on Radon here. To get in
A good use
capital
for
as
us.
well. Very nice. I would not recommend. Yeah, Snappy trying to look out for the squish.
Whoop.
I believe Rony is not too worried to see this though, being 10 squares is quite the lead.
Yeah, 3 square lead. You've got a big priority on 2 others. You've got Altus. You don't. It's hard to say if your opponent has it at this point, especially given what's been killed.
Snappy running to deck this. I believe he already has the 2 medallions.
And it looks like Rony is going to take, most likely going to take that 4 status effect square.
Yup. This is also Buster Rights Hours.
Yep. Alright, so we got the poison going, we got the rot going, wild strikes go burr.
Now we just need a Blood Blade. Very nice. And that's all status effects. Gets us R2 in as well.
Handy thing about having a boss that has a lot of hit points, right?
Yeah.
Less chance of killing them early with the tick damage. Oh, what a clean fight.
Absolutely beautiful. Gets that square. Snappy is actually crying right now, I can confirm.
Feels bad enough. It
Yeah.
tried to get it twice, then to see it marked way after it should have been marked. And basically, I'm feeling or hearing the death knell of the game too.
Ronnie's going for horse bosses, it looks like.
The only prayer to extend the game that they have is to somehow get the ritual talismans. And they don't have 2 remembrances yet, so
Yeah.
that's just at this point you're just waiting for the game to end.
Ronnie's gonna close out on the Crystallian square. Oh, actually he needs 2 more squares.
I guess the bell bearings? Why though?
Least likely to get sniped in this situation.
Yeah, but your opponent already has 2 Crystallian bosses. You have to assume one of them was the...
Yeah, I mean that's probably why.
bell
It's a double bluff situation, or a triple bluff, or whatever you want to call it. He's reading that Snappy's reading that he has advantage, and therefore he won't go for it. Because he needs to block other things.
I look at the ritual swords as already mine and the end of the game.
Yeah.
At this point.
I think it would be smart to just kill...
at that point, if you win, if you win that square, you win the game. Otherwise, if you somehow lose that square, you're already in capital. You're much stronger. You race them to Godfrey. You know,
Snappy's gonna close out on this square, so he's actually gonna get sniped.
Yeah, this is that multi-prep going to bite people that I don't personally do as much of.
He's trying to port out, but he's in a tunnel. He's actually cheating. He just popped up Snappy Stream, saw that he was going here, and thought, oh shit, I should port out so I don't get sniped.
We checked the comms, maybe just heard me.
And sometimes it feels like the players can hear us.
Sometimes. You know, we have a thought and then it occurs to them after the fact. Like, yeah, this is what, I mean, this is the kind of thing that almost lost Helios the second game in the semifinals, or in the finals against Rambler, right? For the Bingo Open, because Helios prepped like every square on the board and then lost, I think,
Yeah.
four snipes right in a row to about a combined total of 5 seconds from Rambler.
Yup. It actually is how Instant lost the semi-final second match yesterday.
Oh no.
Because he was at 12-10 or 12-11, and he double prepped at the exact. He was behind slightly because he had marked his 12 score right after Mewtwo, and so Mewtwo was ahead on prepping, and Mewtwo decided to double prep, which usually you don't see people double prep in a 11-12 situation, or they do it in a like weird way. Essentially, if you're in an 11-12 situation, you either need to have crazy amount of priority on one square, or you need to be slightly ahead and pivoting at the exact same moments as the person who's ahead of you in square total. Which is exactly what happened. They were like pivoting at the exact same graces, and so he was just always slightly ahead. And then Instant also screwed up with duelists, and he didn't have the Stone Sword keys. And so he lost the duelist square when he was in the cave, so he couldn't port out.
Oh my god, so, I've only seen Yo Josherino do this. Still only seen him do it successfully.
I have yet to see someone actually succeed this skip.
Yeah, Yo Josherino's the only one I've seen completely do that, or that skip. That's super high tech. And other people, I mean, I was hearing the other brawlers say they don't like it because especially that last jump is apparently very finicky.
Yeah, I mean, if we even signed season in the finals or what it was, they were just going around. They didn't want to bother with the skip.
Pretty sure Josh was the only one that did. I mean, even NPT, who's a master of skips and speedrunning, just didn't want to mess with it.
NPT, I believe, is playing a match later today against Woofy in the DLC Showdown event. I won't be able to watch it. That would be nice to watch if I were able to.
So it looks like Rony is finally looking to capitalize on that priority.
Very nice get by Snappy here.
Pun not intended. Now, 2 squares in capital. Both Ronnies if he goes for them. The golems proving to be one of the bigger obstacles.
And let's see this DPS fight.
Unfortunate line. Damage is kinda not bad.
Really, you want to be R1 spamming this guy?
Especially with this weapon.
Yeah.
R1s are so fast.
Yeah, I mean specifically with this weapon. Otherwise, I would say R2s are better in general for the staggers.
Yep.
You have some time there too.
Big frost rock. But like you were saying earlier about Mewtwo also at that point has first mover's priority, right? So unless you're actively prepping the square that you're moving to, your opponent will have maybe a couple seconds, or as many as a couple seconds, depending on how fast they mark the square after completion. But at least, say, a second of reaction time. Oh, that's a scary position. Yeah.
Camera shake? Nope. That's... If you don't camera shake, that means you're... It's like it's too depressing to even be angry. Yeah, this is one of those games where it doesn't look as bad from the viewer's perspective. I feel like you can tell very clearly that it's just some unfortunate things, and Snappy very much knows these fights, but one of those things that's really annoying when you're playing and you're performing worse than you normally do. Or it's like you're performing worse than you know you can perform.
Yeah, especially in a big game scenario.
Yeah.
Not to nitpick, it looks like both players could use a look at the line that I take in my speed run for getting to DTS and getting by those golems without getting hit.
Yeah, big flex. Yeah, there's a very nice way to run through. It's like weirdly, it's like easier to dodge the arrows in daytime than nighttime, which is very weird.
With the line that I take, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You can, because basically you're going almost straight at the golem that's farther back.
Ahead. Snappy here.
Yeah, there's the golden halberd paying its dividends. Only takes 2 full charge R2s and a jump attack to stagger.
Very nice dodge.
Can just about script it at +4.
That is
follow up.
Third horse boss. Snappy is first. He still needs another moment to get in here.
Just go into the capital.
Yeah, it really is kind of mean at this point.
Your opponent, showed that they killed 1 remembrance boss. You have a massive strength lead. Just race the square. It's not even a kill a boss square at this point. If you want the safer of the 2 squares, maybe go kill Godfrey. Otherwise, just run to the shield talisman.
It doesn't even really make much sense if you're not gonna go for the square. Because if you're not gonna go for the square, you're gonna behind on the other capital square anyways. So then, why would you set it up and then pivot out?
Yep.
The truth is probably he wants to get the Bingjority, which is just for the extra.
In that case, kill Godfrey first. You still have you're right there for the shield talisman. There's such a massive lead in capital, like
yeah,
just close it out.
Crucible Knights there as well. What the hell is this? That works? Okay. That's criminal.
Yeah, there's a fair area around the Spirit Springs, thankfully.
It's like on a different elevation though.
Mm. Thankfully, apparently it doesn't care about the height axis, or z-axis. To a point, at least. If it was, like, fully up on a cliff, like, 100 feet in the air, it might, but the Spirit Spring might also not, I mean, care less about the z-axis, because it's going straight up, you know? So it's a giant column. Nah. I mean, like I said, at this point, even if I'm snappy, I want this game over. It's been a rough ride.
We're gonna see Snappy here kill Renola and then get sniped one last time for extra annoyance.
Medallions, come on! There we go. There we go.
Oh, the pain.
Sheesh. Where's the call would come in now? I'll be right back.
Running for ritual sword. That's funny. Didn't grab any graces. I never understand, like, all these players are parkouring so weirdly across the roofs. Like, you're losing so much progress going back. You turn like a fast skip into a slow skip. I'm pretty sure the way that you go on that roof and then you go backwards.
Nice call, thankfully.
It's slower. I don't know if you've watched some of these players in Capital, but like they have a new sort of Capital skip thing where they jump on the roofs, right? And then they kind of track backwards on some of the rooftops. And so it's like, I feel like
that sounds like the worst of both lines.
It really is. It feels like it's just slower than all variations. All right. Hello.
You don't need to sneak through here. You can just run. Straight shot to the talisman. Oh.
There
And
we go.
there it is.
Alright, let me undeafen these guys. GG's.
GG's.
GG's, players.
Let's see. You chatting in this chat and see if I can catch what you were saying here. Yeah, it's a rough game.
Yeah, bro. I feel like if I just didn't fuck up Remember's or unique status like twice, it would have been fine.
The game would have continued for a little longer at least.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so annoying that she just one-shots me like that.
Yeah, it went from
Yeah,
like a really nice play to like a really problematic situation.
Yeah, and also like I had to look up where more rot greases were because I just like didn't fucking know. And then I also did Godric and I did the rot first because I have 3 rot greases and 1 poison. Not realizing you can't see the poison proc when you already rotted him. So
Yeah, and then the
that was just,
frost.
and then he died. Yeah, the frost just didn't happen.
It was so tragic. The
Yeah.
the 3 rockeries was a pickup I did not know about.
I also didn't know. I had to
That's
look it up, and I
crazy.
was just like, oh, I can
Three
kind
of
of
them.
combo it with katana, so I guess it's kind of fine.
It's pretty insane actually.
But yeah, also Agil, like not being very nice at the start.
Dude.
Yeah, I think if he starts flying up on the cliffs,
Yeah.
Zizian plays has that square in his back pocket most of the time, but I believe even he'll say if he flies up on the cliffs early, it might be faster to reset.
Yeah, it might be.
It's
But
hard to say though with that like that damage
tough
was
break.
abysmal. Like that was genuinely so bad.
Yeah, just like not having square off is or unsheath
It was
or impeding trust
truly
even.
really horrible starting classes. I think it's like
Yeah.
probably the worst combination of starting classes for
Yeah.
this board as well.
It is
This
kind
board
of rough.
this board was like, here's kill this square, kill this guy, kill this guy, kill this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fisting Rock at the start, I'm not a very big fan of that. Yeah, I can see that.
we were talking about it just as
I mean,
Snappy decided to
Just
do it.
I
But
felt like you know, I have
putting
30
Rony on
dex and
the
strength to
recording.
combined, so like I don't do terrible damage on him. And it's middle
And
square, so I was like, he's probably doing Godric, and I get middle square. Honestly, it's fine.
yeah, I personally didn't mind the choice. As straight, I
I
think he
wouldn't
went
have.
straight into the NPC invaders at that point. I liked that too.
Yeah, and then I just kind of wanted to push the row 3. Um,
oh yeah,
well, of course, Rony marked Dragon bosses, Dragonheart bosses like a bad time. I should have done it earlier, to be honest.
yeah
Um,
Um,
the dragon bear play was genuinely insane. Really cool to see someone pull that off.
and what did he do?
Um, he did
I'll see.
1 second. He went to Dragon Barrow. He killed the putrid avatar, and then Grail flying dragon, and then
Damn.
BBK.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's how he got level 50.
Yeah, we got the
I was
Yeah.
Grail
like,
two
damn.
weapons.
Yeah, I was like, is Gargoyle, was it already Altus or?
Nope.
No, so gargle 2 weapons, it's either capital with there's the gargle outside, and then there's
Yeah.
one in capital that both give one weapon, or BBK or Valiant Gargs.
Wait, BBK gives 2?
Yes, it does.
I did not know that. That's
Um,
crazy. Okay, I thought he gave 1. I was like scared he already had Altus. I was like, huh? What the fuck?
I was
But
a
yeah,
little
that makes more
curious.
sense.
I was a little curious about your decision to not close out on daggers
Uh,
as soon as you did the NPC bosses. Invaders.
Honestly, yeah, well, at the time, I felt like, I don't know, wasting like those 3 minutes could be better spent elsewhere after doing invaders.
Skiff.
Maybe, actually, I definitely should have held on to imbued a little longer, but like I didn't know what Rony was doing, so at that time. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, maybe I should have just done daggers. But yeah, I was also just like banking on getting force status. But then just fucking it up is rough.
Yeah. I mean, we were saying, like, at that moment, I feel like Ronnie still had a major advantage on board progress, so...
Yeah.
But it's definitely, like, the fact that you got on the Renala fight, and then also the Godric fight was like, oh, well, now it's just kind of sealed.
Yeah. I was kind of fucked at that point. Just like fucking it up twice it's just very fucking rough. Like I never fucked it up before, but
Yeah.
I guess it happens. Honestly, maybe I would have gotten it if I didn't forget the first Alt Disgrace.
Ronnie was still ahead of you, even if you...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was porting... Well, pretty much when you ported, he ported back as well to get the... He had already grabbed the first one, so he was going into capital to grab that one.
I see.
So he would have gotten it by like, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We were in the beginning we were talking about the column 2, and we thought that was really strong.
Yeah, I was also looking at that, but then already marked Dragon Heart bosses, and I was just like, well,
Yeah, were you setting
that's
up
off the table.
Were you setting up the row 3? Because it looked like you were doing...
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was. Yeah, I just should have done Dragonheart bosses earlier. That's like I feel a big mistake. I should have done it before. Like I maybe like grab 2 imbued keys and then do Dragonheart. Finish imbued, and then suddenly he doesn't have an easy remembers to do it on. And then I could even do Crucible Knights with the imbued key.
Yeah, I mean you still need to
So
backtrack some progress Ronnie had in Stormveil, but so I think it's very hard because that line is so snipeable, or like it's
yeah, that's true.
It's a hard one to get, but you definitely would have advantage on the remembrance square. I think just the way it worked out with when you marked the imbued sword keys, you kind of telegraphed as well.
Yeah, I shouldn't have marked this early, but yeah, like I said, I didn't know what Rony was doing, and if that gets sniped away, I'm just also like I lost so much time there.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like if you mark something in between, I definitely wouldn't have finished it. Fuck. But yeah, it was a nice game, for sure. I enjoyed it. I was very surprised by level 50. Yeah, I was like, damn, okay.
Dude, this Ronnie guy,
Yeah.
he's actually just some bullshit. Man is out here in a beginner event killing freaking all of the Dragon Barrow bosses. This guy.
Yeah.
Under 40 minutes.
Under 40 minutes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was. I mean, that was the point. I probably questioned the dagger square a little bit more. Sorry, I got a phone call right after I asked that question. Very annoying. But it just would have taken the column out of mission.
Well, yeah, like I said, I was banking on getting remembrance for status.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I was just like, I'm just gonna do that. He doesn't have an easy boss to do it on. I can probably just do it on Rolana as well. Well, it didn't really work out, of course, but
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it makes sense.
and Rolana did Rolana things.
yeah, like, you know, just die to Rolana once. Normally, it's like fine. It happens. But like, if you're doing 3 status and you don't have any grease left, it's just
Yeah,
like, yeah. It sucked.
and so, when you have low vig, you have low vig.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to use that square, was holding it as like waiting until he marks.
Yeah.
As a tell. I think that was smart running. It would have worked out if Snappy's play worked out.
What did he type? I was on dupe. Yeah, I knew you were holding dupe, but even like, um, if I mark status and like I instantly port away and you're doing something and you can't instantly port away, and I also had like the Leonia Grace to like dupe at that mausoleum, like at the tunnel. I might have even been quicker, or unless you had weeping, but I don't see why you would have weeping.
he had set up weeping for
Oh, really?
4 avatars, 3 avatars.
I guess that makes sense, huh? But you can also just do it in the early, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like weeping, yeah, I don't know.
I mean it made sense to set up like
Yeah, I guess.
dupe and avatars. So
At the end of the day, it's like the same, almost the same amount of time to do it in Leonia and weeping, the waiting.
oh yeah, medallion as well.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
oh, yeah, medallion, of course, yeah. Oh, that's all it.
All right. Well, GG's, Ronnie. Congrats
GG's.
on being majority.
Binged already.
Good. You'll be going to the finals facing Mewtwo. So we'll catch up when we can schedule that. I assume well, not assume.
Let's go.
It's supposed to be a best of 3, so we'll probably need to schedule different opportunities. Maybe dependent on mainly your time zone. I'll be honest. We can maybe have one of those be broadcasters. We'll see. We will see. But we'll
I hope I'll be there to watch it.
Yeah, we'll at least record them for the YouTube. Alright. I'm gonna end the recording. Bye.
Buh.